You know, I sat in the last administration, and many of you are very aware that at every parliament session, every single parliament session that we attended, the members opposite then, who now all make up the government, spoke continuously of victimization. It was a word mentioned at every single parliament session. The perceived victimization that they felt was being handed down to supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party. In fact, every word was used to describe the then Prime Minister. Words such as cruel, cold, heartless, when they spoke about the perceived victimization. The then leader of the opposition, Honorable Philip, indicated that he would approach things differently. If elected, he would be a Prime Minister of inclusion. What have we seen? Were these words of bluff? They even went as far as to have a slogan, putting the people first. Was that a slogan of deception? You will recall and you will remember when our Prime Minister then spoke of the balancing act of lives and livelihoods. The opposition then condemned the Prime Minister for the use of that expression. And now we hear every single member on the government side using that word of lives and livelihoods. What have we seen? We have seen, brothers and sisters, in recent times, the firing of hundreds of workers. What have we seen in the last 100 days, brothers and sisters? In the last 100 days, we continue to see an unfortunate stoppage of major projects intended to improve our ailing infrastructure and create much needed jobs. We have seen St. Jude's Hospital stop. We have seen the Rodney Bay Roundabout project stop. We have seen the Talvan Housing Project stop. We have seen the Shock Housing Project stop. And people who have been familiar and who have passed while these projects were ongoing would recall seeing many young men with red armbands on these projects in an attempt to go after contractors perceived to be supporters of the United Workers' Party. They have sacrificed their very own supporters. What seems to be the trend is that certain contractors who are well-known supporters of the SLP see their projects go unhindered. On the other hand, small contractors, just because they exercise their constitutional right and voted for the United Workers' Party, have seen their contracts either delayed or stopped. We have lost dozens of jobs overnight as the SLP administration puts politics first. The global pandemic has created a gaping hole in the number of jobs generated locally. To bring relief to construction workers and their families, it was part of our strategy whilst in government to create as many construction jobs as possible, so that displaced waiters, bartenders, hotel employees, while being laid off, taxi drivers not getting the normal trips, they could find an alternative job from the many projects we were doing. Now, this is not an option for many of these people looking for jobs. Industries like the tourist industry is still not back to what we saw pre-COVID levels. Just imagine how a vendor could have gotten a job on many of our road projects. Now that the SLP has stopped these projects, these employees are left with no jobs, no hope. This is what 100 days of deceit and misery does to our people. But this is just half of the story. Half of the story that we have seen in the last 100 days. A number of small contractors who have executed small government contracts under the various programs are still not paid after months of completing their projects. I am calling on the SLP administration to put politics aside and pay the contractors their monies. Imagine a contractor from the Dennery village or the Choiseul Saltibus area who is without a pension and has completed his project 4 months ago, but yet cannot be paid. This is creating even more pain to our people, creating tremendous hardship to our people, particularly in this time where monies from the diaspora are limited because of their own difficulties being faced by family and friends overseas. What have we seen, brothers and sisters? They indicated during their time in opposition that our government was focusing on family, friends, and foreigners. What have we seen? We now see they're focusing on family, friends, and cliques. So it is the plight of the people that we come here to give a voice to ensure that their rights and their freedoms are not trampled upon by the painful policies of the current administration. Only this morning, we heard of the treatment of the press. Can you even fathom this under a UWP administration?
No way.
Brothers and sisters, it is my view that the last 100 days has been nothing but deception, misery, and hardship on our people. I ask our people, brothers and sisters, many of you may have made the wrong choice, but it is not too late to speak out on what is affecting you. You are a St. Lucian with a voice, and you have a right to be heard. Let your voices be heard. Let the current government lean on the promises made to the people. Put the pressure as they continue to say, the people come first. Let the government recognize that the people are first. Without the people, there is no government. I thank you.
We taking back we country, we taking back we land. Tell them we coming, we coming, we coming, we coming, we coming.